meditation for today is something really, really beautiful. Is meditating like the sky. It's incredible how we are that sky. That's what we are, and that's what we're going to talk about. But many times that sky gets filled with clouds, and we start just feeling the overwhelmed feeling that we are in the clouds. How I go back to that space. And we close our eyes, and we're sitting in a comfortable position. And we are the sky. But sometimes that sky gets filled with clouds, stress, drama, the story. And we need to find a way to clear it all out. So we're going to breathe deep in all together and absorb those clouds just like this. Hold it, blow it out. And we blow those clouds out of ourselves. Let's do it again. Breathe them all in. Hold it. And all comes out. And let's do it one more time. Breathe all those clouds in. Hold it. And just like that, we become more peaceful. We create the space that we need to feel in balance, to feel at peace, to feel aligned. When we meditate like the sky, we become the sky. At the count of 3, we'll open our eyes slowly. It feels so good. It feels so good to be here with you today. And the simple answer to this question is to wake up. The deep hole. And at this moment, I was being shaken by my entire experience. And I just asked the beings of light, what am I doing here? They said, to experience pure joy. And I said, no, really? Who wants to hear this answer when we are suffering? Is this for real? You cannot tell me that I'm here to experience pure joy when I want to just die. This is wrong. So I said, no, you have to be joking. This has to be a prank. The universe is just joking right here. But then it came the part, is this really a joke? Or maybe I don't have a clue what joy is. But it's when the beings of light came to me and they say, no, those are not just feelings. Those are universal principles. Then it comes the next question in this session. Why do we forget who we truly are? And to answer that question, the beings of light show me this incredible analogy. They said, we forget because we get distracted, God. But then when we start looking at the images that it projects, whoop, we get trapped. We get mesmerized by the projection. And we get trapped in, wow, all of this is looking cool. But then to understand this whole concept of what we forget. So just imagine that we started here in this analogy. And the moment that we started, we were like a baby. So if you think about a baby, when a baby is born, the baby, he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't need to ask. Like the little guy at the beginning in the couch. He is just happy with not knowing. He's just there lying and he's just there being. There, we don't know who we are. But from the very beginning, we get distracted. And we just get busy looking outside. And guess what? Our mommy, our daddy, our people around started to present us a world that is mainly physical. Look at the toy, look at the hands, look at the mom. So we start shifting our focus of attention to the physical world. I am not just that surface reality. I am not just the projection in the kaleidoscope. I'm not just my physicality, my outer world. I am more than that. There is a deadness in me. What if I am not just the wave, but I am the ocean? So all these questions and all these things started to evolve through time. Oh, from the place of awareness is the realization I am that awareness. Is the journey to remember that I am and always have been this consciousness, the light of consciousness, source, light, the totality. But again, what about our memory? Why do we forget? No, you only carry with you the essence that you need to move forward, to keep progressing. So the beings of light said to me, when you move from one life experience to the other, you only keep what you truly need. And they just said this, they can be really funny. And they said to me, why to keep the old wardrobe when you can have a complete new one? Oh my God, in this level of intensity happened to me when I was wondering, why do we forget? And I had two very intense, incredible experiences. One when I was 19 and one when 20 years later. In one, I was in a car and 20 years, in a bus, and 20 years later, I was in a car. So what happened is that I am in this car and I just, in this bus, and I felt like I was an observer of life. And I said to the beings of life, many difficulties were happening in my life at that moment too. And I said, I hope none of this was real. So watch out with what you ask for, because look what happened. At that moment, everything, guys, including me, started to dissolve. And whoa. And then I experienced what I had experienced during my near-death experience, that emptiness and that sense of wholeness at the same time. And then I came back from that experience, even like the sense of time, everything disappeared. And I came back with two very, very profound questions. And I asked, how is it possible to forget who we truly are? And when did we stop being one with the whole? But at that moment, when I was 19 years old, I was not ready to know the answer. And the beings of light said to me, in 20 years, you will understand. So it's amazing when we say time, again, we go back to the place where time is needed until it's not needed anymore. And the answer goes back to what I've been showing to you. They said, we never stopped being one. We never left the source. One just became distracted and seemingly forgot. So the being so light said to me, nothing is what it appears to be. We are like the fish in the water. Again, we always been there, but we don't know. They said, it is like the Alka-Seltzer. Everything seems so solid. Our emotions, our experiences, our drama, our story, our life, everything, even the physical reality appears so solid. But what happened with an Alka-Seltzer when you put it into water? It dissolves. And the amazing thing is that when it dissolves, it doesn't disappear. It's all there. It's all contained there. So everything is always there. And I love this sentence from Saint-Exupéry, Antoine Saint-Exupéry, that wrote the Little Prince. He said, all that is essential is invisible to the eye. That presence, that consciousness, God, what we cannot explain. Of course, at the beginning when I had my near-death experience, I had the sense I had gone somewhere. And then through many years, I wanted to go back there. And I didn't want to be here. I wanted to die. That's why the journey of rediscovering yourself, of self-realization, is called the journey with no destination. This is incredible, because there's no place you have to go. You always have been there. You always have been that. You just supposedly, you make this journey to remember. And that's why the being so light said to me, and I realized through time, that home was not a place, is a state of being. Heaven is not a place, it's a state of being. That's why it's called the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is within each one of us. I was having some challenges, and the being so light said, see the good in this. See the good in this person. See the good in this experience, and oh gosh, and you will find that that's the ground for the seed to grow. Lastly, then what is the purpose of our uniqueness? If we are supposed to be all the same in our source, and why is this uniqueness for? And the uniqueness that many of us reject. I don't want to be like that. I feel like an alien. I really want to be like everyone else. So what is all this uniqueness for us? And it's when I ask the being so light, what is it that am I observing? And they say, life through your own personal experience. So imagine if Brenda is here looking, and Caroline here, and Fabi here, and every Jeff here. So wow, each one of us is having a different perception of this reality. So we're all here to show each other the full picture. The being so light said to me, this is beautiful. They said, you didn't come here to be normal. You came here to be you. You're exceptional, you. And I thought this was, oh my God, this was so beautiful. I'm like, oh gosh, I have to share this. The being so light said, all power comes from the place of silence. So it's like people ask me, how do I go back to all this? By becoming quiet, by starting to just be present, but practices awareness, using all the tools like meditation, mindfulness, sense perception, all that can bring you to that place of being calm, to be the sky and not the cloud, to be the space in the room and not the furniture in the room. Remember that you are the light of consciousness, the I am that I am. And I love this sentence that came from Jesus. He says, before Abraham was, I am. He didn't say before Abraham was, I was. He said, I am the eternal presence. Always, always there. So the being soul, I said, the I am is the witness of consciousness. Keep your attention focused on the I am, and you will not lose the way. So I am that presence. I am that consciousness. I am the space. I am the light. And use anything to remind yourself that that's what you are. And then guess what? You're just feeding the seed with the light of consciousness, with the light of awareness. Putting belief systems and putting conditioning in your children. No, teach love by being love. Teach joy by being joy, by being peace, by being that calmness. If all these come from being, you cannot be wrong. So be that light, be that change that you want to see in the world. Start with you. Much. This is the end of this presentation, and now we can go to questions and answers.
I mean, we're talking about beings of light, and I know I have beings of light with me. And so I was just kind of pointing up there to this light switch that's above my head. And it's just regular light, but metaphorically speaking, it's like my beings of light recognize you and your beings of light. And it's a very cool, very beautiful experience. That's why I wanted to share this time with you, because I've been through many paths that you've been through. And so it's more like connecting on another level with you and all the other people here too. And I just want to say that I really feel you from my heart and love you and appreciate you.
No, thanks so much, Jeff.
That's all I have for you right now. I wish I could formulate a great question, but I really can't. It's just being with you is enough, you know? So I hope you have a great, happy day.
No, thank you. I love that.
And like Jeff just said, I just feel it's nice to hear teachings from a different perspective, because it's like, I'm a teacher also, and you know, the students need to hear things from a different, and so it's like, oh, I never thought of it that way, you know, and it's really helpful. And so I have got a real good learning recently from a work situation where I teach college, and my dean is, unfortunately, I don't think she's going to work out, and a lot of issues. And I realized that I needed to be, in my thinking, kind to her, and to act out of being present, like that I am, you said. And then as you were talking, I was realizing I have a student now, and I perceive him as dishonest and not motivated. And I was like, oh, what is he showing me? You know, like the guy mowing your lawn. So anyway, I'm like, anyway, very helpful. So thank you so much.
Oh,
and when you
again, I don't have any questions, but I just feel your message was so profound that you just touched upon everything. And if I had questions within, you've answered them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It feels like it's a time where things are really like, there's a lot happening. So it feels like it's mounting.
And it's going to even feel like worse, because the push is making us all to be, I don't want this stress anymore. We have to reach the point, even as a collective, to be fed up to the point that you say, I had enough. Then you stop. And that's the moment when you say, I don't want this stress. I'm going to just go within. That's sometimes what we need to just go there and say, I don't want it anymore. I want it all gone. And that's the moment when we start. If it, you know what is a good decision? I love this, because a good decision is that one. That's why it says good. That feels good. That feels aligned. That there's not constraint. That doesn't produce a stress. That when I think about it, is not going to create more disorder. That is not going to. It's just. And then it's good to start writing. And when you have any decision to make, how does it feel? So we start trusting and going to the place where, wow, it feels good. It feels aligned. It feels spacious. It feels calm. There's not a stress in this. And that's how we can make decisions for everything. Should I be watching this TV show? Should I go visit this person? What about I do this? What about I study? How does it feel? So we go to that place, and again, is focusing in the I am, in the present, in the consciousness, in it feels good. You cannot be wrong.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, please.
It said, is it true that our loved ones can see us? Why? And why can they see us, but we can't see them?
Our loved ones, you mean in the other realm? What is this question? Like, see us from, is it possible for you, hello? I don't know, sorry, I say hello, to clarify? Oh, yes, that have passed. Oh, okay. Okay,
that's Jasmine.
Yeah, so I'm going to have a full class about this, about the spirit realm. But yes, they can see us. They can see us. And we cannot see them because it's just a question of vibration. We have become too physical. Again, we have shifted our focus of attention to the physical reality. That's why little babies and animals can see, because they're not be conditioned not to see it. But as we're growing up and we're more conditioned with the physical environment and with this reality and with all these, we just, it's just that they're not there, is that we're not focused on it. It's just right there, one step away. Like absolutely everything is here right now, all the waves of TV, of internet, of everything. We just need a device to see them. We just need to have the antenna put in the right way. But there's many people, that's why it's possible. If it was absolutely impossible, nobody could do it. We don't even know that there's a spirit realm. But because there's many people that have realized it can be done. You just have to do the work. You just have to go back to that place of silence again, to that place of spaciousness. The beings of light are here right now for absolutely everybody. And the more we start, putting we say like we are a radio, putting our dial in the right frequency, the right channel, we're going to start being able to see them. I was, again, like little, 4 or 5 years old, when the beings of light said to me one day, everybody is going to be able to see us. Because again, like I was mentioning to Lisa, all this is already opening because people are telling us it's possible. The moment we start with a belief. And I say to people, don't stay in the belief. Spirituality is not a belief. Spirituality is actually science. Spirituality is doing, is experiencing. So don't stay in the belief. Don't think that there's that beyond the clouds there's a sky. Go pick the hand. Do it yourself. Start practicing, start deepening, start doing your meditation, and you will realize, wow, I am not just the wave. I'm not this limited being I think I am. I am ginormous. One day I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm sitting in my bed, and I woke up and I was huge, guys, huge. I was bigger than the bedroom. And I'm like, whoa. And I heard the words that says grandioso. I'm like, I am enormous. So the more we start changing the focus of attention, and I'm these, the computer, the phone, the thing, yeah, we feel appreciation for these things because that's a manifestation of consciousness too. But that's not what we are. Like I shared this teaching with many of you already when the beings of light show me the room. And they say, be the space in the room. Be what never changes. The space in the room is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, is always there. The eternal presence. But what we think we are, the furniture in the room, we reduce ourselves to think, I am that. Then we wonder why we feel like we're puppets. Because anybody can grab the furniture, move it, toss it, change it. So learn to be like the space. And then I am trapping my phone in that drama when I enter the aisle that has rice. And sitting in the shell, look at how simple are the teachings of life. That was the rice, the brand of rice that I wanted. And at that moment, that rice shone like a treasure. Ta-da! And I'm like, oh, my rice. And I felt this joy. And guess what? Because I have been practicing awareness for so long in my life, I was able to catch myself at that split second. And I'm like, whoa, if this story that I'm hearing in the phone was that important, that real, oh my God, I lost myself in this drama. How is it possible that I went from this drama to this joy? So is this drama real? And it's when I realized it's as real as I want to make it. And then I stopped right there. And I was so grateful with this rice for bringing me to this realization. I just hugged this rice. And then is when I decided I'm not going to pay attention to this drama. It doesn't matter. And because I didn't feed that fire, because I didn't make more of these, I said, okay, it will get resolved. And I hung the phone. Guess what? It just dissolved. So, Lisa, sometimes we only can see the small picture, but there's a lot more that we cannot see. Like when we have the tapestry and we only can see that, oh, I am the eye. I can only see the eye of the elephant, but there's so much more. And it's when the beings of light brought to me the realization, none of this is happening to you. It's happening for you. And I'm going to have a complete class. That's probably my 4th or 5th class that is going to be about why we suffer. So I'm going to bring a complete new teaching, again, making it really clear why we suffer. And that probably is going to be good. Clarify many of those questions. So thank you all for being here. I don't want that we drag you all more, and I am so grateful for your presence, for your questions, for your smiles, for your heart. So thanks for sharing this time with me, and I will see you next time. If you love this video and want to stay connected, please subscribe to my channel and visit my website at ingridhonkala.com. See you next time. Bye.